home, you know it's not cheap to insure the property, while at the same time you hope you never have to file a claim.
That's right, but when disaster strikes, you can expect the insurance companies to have your back, hopefully. Well, Fox 11 investigates, and Mark Leland reports on homeowners who were left to fight to get their money.
A contractor's torch touched off a fire at Amanda Wood's home in Appleton last spring, according to fire officials. They believe smoldering embers made their way into the attic, igniting flames from there. Fox 11 News reported on the fire and damage to the home.
Firefighters say a contractor was working on the home when the fire started.
Actually, I found out from the Fox 11 report was the first time I had heard the estimated damage, which they had put at $100,000 at the time.
The actual costs would climb. After assessing the fire, smoke, and water damage throughout the three-bedroom home, Wood says American Family Insurance told her she would need to pay between $8,000 and $11,000 up front. This email from American Family indicates the money was needed to first remove asbestos from the damaged home before repairs could begin. The claim manager indicating such removal was not covered in her policy. An American Family spokesperson tells Fox 11 investigates its staff was following procedure.
Were you surprised at that?
I was shocked because I didn't start my house on fire. So I could not, for the life of me, figure out why I all of a sudden had to start taking $11,000 of my own personal money out of my account to get the process started.
Wood says the insurance company's adjuster indicated there were tens of thousands of dollars in repairs that needed to be made to the home that were not covered in her policy. Email exchanges suggest the company claimed they were pre-existing conditions. Wood was left devastated, frustrated, and confused. She thought she was completely covered by insurance.
Were you feeling victimized at that point?
Absolutely, and that's that's why I think it's so important to get the word out to everybody. Know your policy.
In a written statement, American Family Insurance told Fox 11 Investigates, "We pride ourselves on working with every customer to help them understand the claim process." But that wasn't enough for Wood. She turned to David Miller with Miller Public Adjusters, an expert in reading insurance policies and construction. Realizing the extent of the damage, Miller got the City of Appleton's building inspector involved. The property was ultimately deemed uninhabitable and ordered torn down by the city. Further negotiations with American Family led to an insurance settlement estimated to be well over $200,000, topping out at Wood's policy maximum. With negotiating and delays, the claim process took months to settle. Going on 9 months after the fire, Wood's new home is finally nearing completion.
And you never had to pay that $11,000?
I never paid that $11,000. I refused to.
Without proper representation, there may be some additional coverages or things that you may not understand you're entitled to rebuild or repair your damaged property.
American Family Insurance declined an on-camera interview, but in a statement told me, "In this situation, the amount of American Family's initial claim payment to our customer was for a repair to her home, which was in line with the recommendation from the customer's own contractor to other independent contractors and reflects our company policy. It was when an Appleton City building inspector ordered the house to be torn down and not repaired that we immediately offered to pay the amount covered in the customer's insurance policy to rebuild the home." American Family went on to say, "We are always willing to consider new information and, if needed, adjust our approach for the customer, which is what we did in this situation."
Have there been people who probably should have received more money but didn't know they could take it a step further?
Yes, we get calls at any stage in the claim, and a lot of times the policyholders don't realize that they had so much money left on the table that they were able to recover.
Miller battled his own insurance company 4 years ago after his home caught fire. He says his insurance company's adjuster offered what he believed to be a low estimate of repairing the damages. Miller knew better, having worked in construction for years. His fight with his own insurance company prompted him to get his public adjuster's license and start his own public adjuster's company 4 years ago.
I don't want to go on knowing that other people are getting shortchanged like I did or I was getting.
American Family Insurance should not be singled out. The Wisconsin Office of the Commissioner of Insurance confirms that low claim offers are the most common complaint from policyholders it receives regarding property and casualty claims. Property and casualty claim complaints totaled 966 against all insurers in Wisconsin in 2014. This fire in 2014 gutted the Timbuktu bar in Oshkosh. The owner says with the initial insurance offer, she would have lost everything. Miller was hired, and the owner confirms she was able to get an insurance settlement 4 times higher. An exact figure could not be released as part of a non-disclosure agreement. The job of a public adjuster is relatively new in Wisconsin and pretty much the Midwest. Miller says that's in part to our Midwest values of trust that the insurance companies have our best interests at heart. But on the West, East, and Gulf Coasts, public adjusters are more commonplace in representing homeowners. Here in Madison, the Office of the Commissioner of Insurance does not regulate public-private adjusters. The office does recommend homeowners do their homework before signing any agreement.
It's a traumatic experience typically for a homeowner.
David Day has been an adjuster for more than 20 years, but he started out as an adjuster for an insurance company, the other side.
I think what the mindset is at the insurance companies is we want to pay the least amount of money that we can.
Day says there is no right or wrong settlement number. He adds the value of the claim is what both sides agree to in the end. But Fox 11 Investigates asked specifically about the claims he has taken on.
How many did you add value to?
I would say 100%.
100%.
As for Amanda Wood, she feels hiring a public adjuster was worth it, and she has a message for other homeowners.
Go home and read through your policy and see how much of it you're confused about, because there's a lot in there that it could easily be swung 2 different ways.
Do you need to hire a public adjuster? No, especially if you're able to decipher the technical wording of your insurance policy and you have the time and patience to negotiate with your insurance company. Some people do hire attorneys who may in turn hire someone like Miller for their expertise. As for Miller, he charges on average about 10% of the claim payment. If he doesn't get you anything, there's no charge. For Fox 11 Investigates, I'm Mark Leland.